Welcome back, eh? This is the Canadian Silver Seeker, and I hope you guys are having another great day like I am. I have in front of us a whole bunch of junk silver, and why do I have this in front of us? Well, I have this in front of us for two reasons. The first reason is I am over 1/10 of the way to filling this bag. I found out after finishing my last video and rolling up last roll. I can't remember which one it was that I rolled up there, but I now have 10 full rolls plus some extra stuff in there that doesn't make a full roll yet. I would make a full roll, but they're, all random. Nothing that makes a full roll of 37 to 52 or 53 to 64 or 65, 66 is, or King George the Fifth. None of those. I don't have anything that fills a full roll, but there is over, I think, 20 or almost $30 worth of quarters in there. So I am, like I say, over 10% of the way finished in filling this bag. I thought that was kind of a small icon along my road. What do I got when filling this up? Well, I've got 653 to 64 Queen Elizabeth II, her first laureate image or photograph effigy. We've got 3 King George the 37 to 52, and I got 1 roll of 65 66s. The second reason I am doing this video today is I happened to sell a couple things on Facebook Marketplace. I got a little extra money, and I was able to purchase the last $30 of 80% silver that the gentleman had for sale. If you watch my previous video, I had some family friends and their dad had some 80% silver and some 50% silver he was looking to get rid of. So I made him an offer and I had the rest of the money, so I picked it up today. He happened to be around. So what did I get? Well, I got about $30 in dimes. I already went through and rolled it all up. I actually have $40 worth of dimes there, as you can see. I've got a roll of 65, a roll of 66, and the other 6 rolls there are 53 through 64s. I had 2 rolls already in my collection. But if you watched my last video too, I was surprised to find that my LCS will almost straight across trade me dimes for quarters, and quarters will help fill my bag. So I'm gonna trade in 2 more rolls. I traded in 2 rolls last week of 65 66s. And so I'm going to trade all 6 of these in next week if he has. So that should give me 4 full rolls of quarters. I do have another small bag of dimes there so that I can give him some extra ones for each one of those rolls. Give him an extra one. Definitely worth it for me. But with the $30 that I purchased today, I also purchased $11 of 50% silver. So 1968 and 67, if it's in circulation, not in proof sets, are all 50% silver, the dimes and the quarters. And so, yeah, went through the entire roll. Actually went through, he had about $30 worth of dimes, and he had 1 roll of 68s all rolled up, and I found 3 66s hidden in this 68 roll, and I found 3 68s hidden in the 80% stuff, so it kind of just switched over. There was 1 86. That doesn't quite work, but yeah, there was 1 86 there in the pile that was magnetic that slipped in there. Got rid of that one out of the stack and put that away. And he had $6 worth of 1968 quarters as well. I asked him today, I was like, hey, I noticed you sold me, like $40 worth of 80% silver and $11 worth of 50%. So, but I didn't notice any 67s in there at all. He said he had taken those out, and I kind of assumed that he did for his own purposes, and that is absolutely fine, because I wouldn't have given him anything special for him. I would have just paid him. Some people pay 72% or so. I think a mixture between 50 and 80%. I honestly wouldn't have paid more than 50% for them. I assume they're all 50% unless I'm pulling them directly out of a proof set. And then once they're out of the proof set, there's no way of really telling. As far as I know, I would like to test if I ever get a Sigma machine to see if it can test the difference between them. But as far as I know, I don't know if it even can. So anyways, yeah, I'm going to take this all to my LCS. I'm going to take this 50% to the LCS too, I think, and see what he will give me for value in 80% quarters instead. I could keep the 50%. I think it's just easier to keep it all one calculation and keep it 80% instead of 50%. And I can't really think of any reason why I would need a bunch of dimes over a bunch of quarters. If a guy was bartering, you pull a few quarters out of your 80% roll and you probably get pretty close to whatever the value is of your item. You could get, a little closer with dimes, I guess, but I'm pretty sure you could get fairly close with just a quarter too. So, and then 50% would just be more calculation and more math. So basically I did the calculation of this, and with this with this $11 of 68%, it works out to just over 4 ounces of silver in there, whereas a regular $10, whether it be two rolls of dimes or a roll of quarters, is going to be what? That's right, 6 ounces. Anyways, thanks for listening to me ramble. Remember, it doesn't cost you a single piece of silver or gold to like and subscribe. You guys mean the world to me. Happy stacking, eh?